Okie dokie. So I am getting ready to make another tincture, and I figured I'd make a video, and hopefully the plants will not be in my face this time. Oh, it smells so good. This is Wormwood. She is part of the Artemisia family. So, like mugwort and plants of those nature. Mugwort is Artemisia vulgaris. This is Artemisia absentium. Now, I'm not going to use all of her for making a tincture. You can tell plants from the Artemisia family. I'll show you how. Let me find a good one for you here. Their leaves, let's see if you can't see that. Their leaves look like little chicken feet. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a little blurry. Maybe if I do this, I'll just pull this leaf off and show you. Their leaves look like little chicken feet. So that's kind of how you can tell the Artemisia family. This one, Artemisia absentium, she has historically been used in a wildly popular drink in Europe at one point and here in the US, but she was banned for a while. You can still get her some places, but in making absinthe. So I'm not going to go into how to make absinthe with you here on this video. I will leave that to your own research, if that's your choosing. But I'm just going to give her some chops here and put her in the jar. And you know what? It might be easier to remove the jar and just chop a pile and start putting it in the jar with my hands so that the plant is not in front of my face, even though she's absolutely gorgeous and we love her. It just might be easier. So, I'm going to be using her a couple of ways today. But this tincture, so she is a very bitter herb. I wouldn't necessarily recommend for tea because she's so bitter. But, I mean, it is possible. A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down kind of thing. You could add some honey or something and make it a little more palatable. Now, bitter herbs are really, really amazing for, it's kind of breezy out here, and I don't want it to blow away, so we're going to block that right here. Okay. Didn't want that in there. There we go. So, bitter herbs are amazing for digestive health. One of my favorite things ever. The reason well, we'll get into that in a minute. She's also really good for liver health. And some people in the past have used her for helping treat cancers. Again, not making medical claims, just stating historical uses. She's a little hard to cut. Her branches are pretty darn thick. So we may scooch that aside and use that for something else. I don't know. We're going to just do our best to cut her up and get it done. So I need to make this medicine. Part of why she was made illegal was some of the compounds in this plant, in Wormwood, Oh, another thing she's really good for. She's an anti-parasitic. If you're struggling with parasites and things like that, she can detox you from parasites. Wormwood. That's part of where her name comes from. So, ingesting her, you can detox yourself from parasites, which is a beautiful thing because you never know where you're getting parasites from these days. It's literally in everything, even in things that you touch. So, that being said, part of why she was made illegal was the compounds in her have hallucinogenic properties. Now, it's not like crazy hallucinogenic properties, and of course, she has to be processed a particular way for those properties to actually be a thing. I'm using my hands for some of this just because it makes it a little easier. For those hallucinogenic properties to actually be an issue, I'm probably not going to make a very big tincture with her, just so y'all know, so this video won't be crazy long. But when you think about the hallucinogenic properties, some of those compounds, when taken too much of, can cause seizures. When taken the right amount, they can help reduce a seizure or prevent them. I wanted to show you this too. She's starting to flower a little bit. So you can see her little buds. She's got really pretty yellow flowers. But thinking on the hallucinogenic properties and things like that, as far as spiritual things go, which I will get into more of this in my next video. The wind is blowing my hair. I thought there was a bug crawling on me. She's really, really good, spiritually speaking, for divination and connecting with your spirits and seeing the future and things like that. So that's what a lot of spiritual benefits are of her and what she's been used for. Wow, she's so hard to cut. I'm over here making a mess. Her smell is amazing. I just love it. So could you take a tincture to help spiritually? You absolutely could. I use her more medicinally that way. More of a medicinal thing. I am going to do smoke cleansing bundles for spiritual practices with her, with a lot of what I have left here after I'm done chopping these. I prefer burning rather than ingestion. And then the leaves that are left over, I will grind up and make incense cones out of as well. Really, really helps. So she works with your neurological parts of your brain. And really helps those neurons connect better, which helps open you spiritually and mentally. you know, when you find herbs that are meant for certain spiritual things, if you pay attention to what they do to you neurologically or even physically, what they do to your body systems, a lot of them kind of coincide, and it makes sense with the way that she works with your brain, and your neurons in there, and helps everything connect. So not just for seizure and prevention and calming a seizure and things like that, but also for helping keep your mind open so that you're more receptive to what your spirits might be wanting to say. So again, I'm not making a huge tincture from her. This is not one I use very, very often in tincture form. And so I'm just going to pour this about half full. Now usually I don't want to get oxidation in my jars and all that fun stuff. We've talked about that in past videos. And so I like to fill it all the way to the tippy top. But I don't have a small jar. And so we're doing it like this, and it's completely okay. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm just going to push this down real good. It's kind of cool how dark she gets when she gets liquid on her. Some of her leaves are a little bit, they repel water. And so this silvery backing, and you'll find this on most of the Artemisia plant, okay? So like mugwort and things like that. Now, she's pretty silvery and fuzzy on both sides. But with mugwort, it's green on the one side and silvery on the other, and those are little fuzzy hairs. She's so soft. Most of the Artemisia family is. They're very, very soft plants, but it repels water really, really well. And so sometimes it's hard to get them fully submerged in there. But I'm going to pop a lid on her. I'm going to make my label and stick her in the cabinet for 6 to 8 weeks and strain her out, and she's done. And I'm hoping I'm not just babbling. I feel like I am, just because it's been a long week, and I'm really excited to be making these. I will make future videos on wormwood and nettle. I feel like there was so much more valid information I could have given that I didn't. Wow, I know how to spell today. Wormwood. Tincture. Vodka. It is August. Again, I know how to spell today. I forgot the S in August. August 1st, 2025. And in 6 to 8 weeks, I can strain her out and have myself a tincture. Now, this much tincture, this is quite a lot, actually, and this is more than I was intending. This much tincture will last years, because you're just literally taking drops. So, I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to start with the how I hang my herbs to dry, and making some smoke cleansing bundles so that you can see how that is done, in case that's something you want to do. And I'm going to discuss a little more in depth smoke cleansing bundles as well.